Check, check. You guys hear me? There was no sound for the casuals earlier. The real ones knew.
Hey, Adam, you there?
Yep.
Hey, I'm here. When did you want to play the zoo? Was that for the rewind or was that just a bonus?
Rewind.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So instead of the Blake one?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
I forgot.
You're not going to cry today, are you, Adam?
Only if you leave.
That's a lie. Tears of joy. I ain't going nowhere. Just one game. That's it. Stuck with me.
That's how it starts.
There's only one time, man.
No time when it's go time.
You're listening to Clippers Countdown.
Welcome into Clippers Countdown, your lead in to today's Clippers action.
Push it to the red line.
This is Los Angeles Clippers basketball.
Kawhi comes up with it. Superman slam with the right hand. We about to put the energy on elevation.
LA Clippers basketball on the LA Clipper Audio Network.
All eyes on us. Got the world watching.
A pregame look at your Los Angeles Clippers.
Yeah. It's time to start it up. Come on.
Now, here's your host for Clippers Countdown, Adam Oslin.
Welcome into Clippers Countdown as your 29-31 LA Clippers are back here at Intuit Dome to see an old friend who was a part of this team through thick and thin the last 8 years, and Ivica Zubac, one of my favorite Clippers. And although he won't be playing tonight for the Pacers, expect a heartfelt video tribute on the Halo board for a guy who they acquired in a heavenly trade with the Lakers back in 2019. But back to the present and the Clippers, who opened their latest gift Monday night up at Chase Center, and Darius Garland, as they would baptize him in Clippers culture with a classic hashtag comeback clips performance in his first game with the squad.
Finds the cutting Derrick Jones Jr. Left-handed floater, no offensive rebound. Conan Niederhauser, who puts it back with the left hand. Garland, left wing, catch and shoot, fires the three, hits a three. It's the first triple in Darius Garland's Clipper career. It's an 8-2 Clipper run. Garland at half court gets around a Yannick screen, pull up, straight away three, bullseye. Darius Garland from distance. Clippers within 2 possessions. Spencer on the far wing with a left-handed dribble. Back out the post. Chris Dunn says, I'll take that. All the way to the rim with a left-handed layup. And the Clippers lead by 2. Mathurin with a left-handed dribble. Behind his back. Stops straight away. Goes right by Spencer.
Kawhi led them with 23. Chris Dunn had 16, 7 assists, and a couple of swiping scores. And your newest Clipper, Darius Garland, had 12 points in his debut as they would come back down 17 on Golden State to win 114-101 up north on Monday night. Here was DG postgame with Lauren Rosen. That's the level of excitement we need. Darius Garland in uniform tonight for the first time in front of the home crowd here at Intuit Dome. I know the wall's ready. Tip-off is just about 59 minutes away. Clippers and Pacers coming up. You're going to hear from assistant coach Dante Jones. We'll also have BJ Matthews on. But up next, it's your radio voice of the Clippers, in Carlo Jimenez. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Thanks, bro. It's like Carlo found the Bermuda Triangle right before we go on. Good call last night.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
I was Don.
Great. Locked in. Don had a 7 a.m. flight the next day. He wasn't totally happy about that, but
Believe it.
huh?
Believe it.
Believe it. I got Dante.
Nice. Saw that. Clippers taking on the Pacers. Ivica Zubac's back in the house here at Intuit Dome tonight. Tip-off just about 56 minutes away. Coming up, you're going to hear from assistant coach Dante Jones as we watch Darius Garland warming up topside with a three-pointer. Couldn't get that one to go. Still a little bit rusty, but came through when it mattered on Monday night up in San Francisco against the Golden State Warriors. For more on that, let's get back to your radio voice of the Clippers in Carlo Jimenez. Carlo, how we doing?
Great, Adam. I am great. I'm back. Big Bro's here. Joey's here. You're here. Squad's all here. I'm happy.
Full
Daniel's
squad
in my mind and probably watching us somehow.
All right, wait a second. Oh, through the YouTube. I got you.
Yeah. Hey, Daniel.
Clippers tonight taking on the Pacers, but let's go back to what happened at Chase Center. Clippers were down by as many as 17, came through, really ramped up the intensity in the second half of that one, and also got some difficult shots to fall, some big-time shots from big-time players for this Clippers team when they needed it.
Darius Garland with some tough shots there down the stretch. I thought Kawhi made some big ones. Jordan Miller got to the free throw line numerous times in that game, but you're right. And Kobe Sanders alluded to it. I didn't want to ask too much about it after the fact because I don't want to get Kobe in trouble on accident, but he said we were told to play a lot harder at the break. And then Ty kind of – we talked. The other guys talked post game with La Murray, who was there in the locker room, and you learned that Ty kind of let him know, "Hey guys, we got to play a lot harder than this," and they did, and it worked out. They shot 60% in that second half. Adam, they were great in that ball game, and so I think for the Clippers to just be able to have that kind of performance, where not only can you start slow, but then also just somehow turn it around in a big way in the second half. That was huge for the Clippers.
Before we get to Darius Garland, Yannick was big, especially late, recorded 4 blocks, said he turned it into Conan the second half of the ball game. But he's the first Clipper rookie since DeAndre Jordan to have 4 blocks in multiple games in their rookie season, according to lead statistician Joey Kimple here.
Ooh.
And Yannick was just a force, just patrolling the moat that they created on the interior.
I mean, his activity, Adam, on the defensive side changes things for the Clippers because he's contesting, as Ty Lue said, every single shot. Now, sometimes that ends up in a couple goaltends a game, but I think the Clippers will live with that as long as he's bringing that type of energy and enthusiasm into every single defensive possession. Just really impressed by the way he's played this season, Adam. Feels like he's real comfortable. We haven't seen him back down from anybody, too. Like a little bit pushing and shoving with Draymond Green in that last game.
Love it.
This is somebody who plays with fire, with force, a lot of confidence, and he is getting immense opportunity to learn and get better every single night. And what more could you ask for as a rookie? And the Clippers are loving it right now.
Kawhi Leonard, second night of a back-to-back, another 20-plus point game, 38 games straight. He's had at least 20 points and was big down the stretch. I felt like when he came back into the ball game in that fourth quarter, that three-pointer that he was able to hit, that might have been the kill shot or the biggest shot of the ball game from Kawhi Leonard there.
Yeah, no, that was a huge shot from Kawhi, able to get down and knock down that three. I thought he had a couple. He had one where he backpedaled into it. I've never seen that before. It wasn't a step back. It was like 2 dribbles backwards, and then he shot a three.
Hunting that three.
Yeah, I was like, oh, all right. But no, Kawhi continues to play so well. And you mentioned it, but the second night of back-to-back. Like, this is somebody who's shooting 50% from the field, 50% from the three-point line on the second night of a back-to-back. Really impressed by Kawhi and his ability. And then how about the props he gives Chris Dunn unprompted post-game, just being like, yeah, first team all defense. There's no discussion. By the way, did you know this game's 61 today? Wow. That's insane.
Time flies.
We played 60 games. But Chris Dunn, 16 points and 7 rebounds. First time in his Clipper career that Dunn has had as many points and rebounds in the same game per our statistician, Joey Kimball, who is keeping us very smart. Joey, by the way, is with me yesterday. This is 3rd game in a row for Joey.
All right, on. So you were on point with Don McClain last night, calling that game with UCLA taking down Nebraska in style at the Poly.
With T. Lue in the building.
T. Lue in the building watching Nebraska. I know. He might have been disappointed from the get-go in that one. UCLA in control.
It was tough. Did you know Cookie, it's a tie tangent here, but Cookie Belcher, Clippers assistant, is top 10 all time in steals in NCAA history.
For real.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
7th.
Well, maybe that's why Chris Dunn
That's
has
what I'm
so
saying.
many.
Maybe there's a little like I need to ask Cookie if he's taught Chris any of his. But when Cookie left college, he was 3rd all time, and he still has the Big 12 record.
Chris Dunn stealing cookies in the second half, the end of the third quarter, then the steal again and swipe and score to start the fourth quarter. Just huge momentum plays that you could build off of, and it seemed to give the whole team confidence.
Yeah, I thought the Clippers really turned the corner. It's something that Ty Lue talked about. I felt like they were able to get going in that second half because Chris Dunn made plays. And then Chris Dunn getting huge props from Darius Garland post-game as well, talking about how he plays with a lot of confidence with Dunn out there, and it felt very comfortable as Dunn in his backcourt mate. And I thought you brought up a great point on my second favorite Clippers podcast, Behind Clipper Stop, Clips and Dip, where you said if Darius Garland is pro Chris Dunn, that you can't really get a better stamp of approval from your starting point guard to have that guy as your backcourt mate. And I don't think the Clippers were going to change it anyway. The way they talk about Chris Dunn, the heartbeat of the defense, and then having somebody like DJ come off the bench is just demoralizing for other teams because you got a guy who started on a finals team who's now going to guard you with fresh legs after you had a guy who should be all first team, all defense guard you. That is just an incredible tandem by the Clippers. But impressive to see, Adam, and I think the Clippers are going to continue to build up that second half confidence and chemistry that they built in the Bay.
If Garland is for you, who can be against you? Let's talk about his performance because really struggled early on, as did that second unit, and then they flipped things around. They were the difference going plus 13 with about 7 minutes without Kawhi in the second half. Got the Clippers the lead after being down 8. Kawhi comes back in the fourth quarter. They're up by 5. Darius Garland, big part of that.
Huge part of that. I thought he was active on the offensive end, really changed the pace. Felt like the ball was hopping a lot more on that side. I think his teammates were comfortable playing with him out there. Chris Dunn and Kawhi speaking to how they felt like he changes things offensively for this group. But also, Adam, it was just almost a comical start. All right. What is it, 4 or 5 turnovers? Yeah. This has to get better in the second half, and it did. And it was interesting to hear Ty Lue kind of take the blame for that. Darius did point out, anytime you play Steve Kerr, you don't know what you're going to get. First time playing in almost 2 months, and what does Steve do? But blitz him every time he touches the ball, which is a double team. And the turnovers just came in bunches. But I think for the Clippers, Garland's comfortable in this system. He seems confident with this group. And I thought, for the most part, Adam, in his debut, he comes out healthy. He with big contributions off the bench. We mentioned it was just his 5th time of his career coming off the bench. Big for the Clippers, and I think it really elevated Yannick's game. I thought him and Yannick played really well together in that ballgame.
Clippers taking on the Pacers tonight. Ivica Zubac's in the building, won't be available to go for Indiana, but of course a tribute video will be had as Darius Garland just skied for a lob dunk here in the pregame warm-ups. Tip-off 49 minutes away. Clippers and Pacers from Intuit Dome, and coming up next, Carlo Jimenez has his one-on-one conversation with assistant coach Dante Jones right here on your Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Okay, Ivica Zubac, I just saw the locker room picture. Pretty awesome. They decorated his locker, put some keepsakes in there, some good memories. Awesome. Well done. Very classy. I have to wait till next year for that matchup. I see Zoo and Brooke Lopez chirping pregame. Now he's hanging out with Bogey. This is real love. Zoo's coming over and saying hi to everybody. Darius Garland greeting the staff. Clippers and Pacers from Intuit Dome. Welcome back in as we get set. Tip-off just about 46 minutes away. Coming up in just a little bit. We'll go back in time in Clippers Rewind and, praise, celebrate. It beats the Zubac back in the building tonight. Won't be playing for Indiana. They'll get that tribute video. So special night here, Clipper Nation. Let's head back over, though, to your radio voice of the Clippers and Carlo Jimenez.
Elevators and escalators will not be in use. We ask all fans to exit Intuit Dome on the main level. Emergency exit stairwells are located in each of the 4 quadrants of the building. If you need mobility or wheelchair assistance, please notify the arena host near the stairwell. Remember to remain calm and exit with the rest of your section. Once outside, make your way to the designated emergency assembly point located outside the arena. Arena team members will be there to assist you and provide further instructions. Follow their directions promptly and stay together with your group. In case of a minor injury, we have trained medical team members stationed on the former, main, and terrace levels, equipped to handle emergency medical needs. If you require medical attention, please notify the nearest arena team member. If you need to report an emergency, contact the nearest arena team member or simply use the app. Again, your safety is our #1 priority. We appreciate your awareness of the surroundings in case of an emergency. Enjoy the show and welcome to Intuit Dome.
Oh yeah, got the pizza in hand and got all the cheerleader outfit, everything. What's up, y'all? Aww, this game. There they go. Okay, show off. I like that.
Dante Jones there pregame with Carlo Jimenez as we get ready for the Clippers taking on the Indiana Pacers here at Intuit Dome. Tip-off just about 44 minutes away. Coming up next, we're going back in time in Clippers Rewind. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
He stepped away for a hot second.
Hi, Daniel. Yes, sir.
Number 8 should keep up with your Flip all season long. Let's text. Sign up by texting SCORE to 213-577-1833. Again, that's text SCORE to 213-577-1833. The Intuit Dome app is powered by AT&T. Be sure to complete your full profile to unlock the full Intuit Dome experience.
Return a big zoo tonight. Clippers taking on the Pacers here at Intuit Dome. Tip-off just about 41 minutes away. Welcome back. I'm Adam Osland. It is Clippers Countdown. Coming up, we'll have BJ Matthews on in our Media Roundtable segment. But first, we're going back in time in Clippers Rewind back to November 27th of 2022 because we have to honor Big Zoo here.
Calling all campers ages 6 to 14, Junior Clippers summer camp registration is now open. Keep your athlete active this summer break and grow their game in an exciting environment with expert coaching with the official youth basketball program of your LA Clippers. Sign up today at clipperscamps.com/summer. Tonight's Junior Clippers coach of the game, presented by 24-Hour Fitness, is Coach Brendan Chan. A big thank you for dedicating your time and effort to make a difference in your career, Brendan. You can nominate your local youth basketball coach for the chance to be featured. Visit clipperscamps.com/coaches to learn more.
Big Zoo. And no Eagle on the call. Big Zoo finished with 31 and 29. I think he fouled out going for a rebound against TJ McConnell. He couldn't quite get the 30-30 game in, but it was wild. It felt like, I don't know, Wilt Chamberlain type of box score. In 36 minutes, he went 14 of 17 from the field, grabbed 29 rebounds, just dominated out there. Incredible. 31 and 29. Back in November of 2022 for Big Zoo. And who did he do it against? The Indiana Pacers. Clippers would win 114-100. Now beats the Zubac, a member of the Pacers tonight. Won't be playing, but is in the building. Catching up with some of his old friends here. I'm Adam Osland. Coming up next, we'll get to your player to watch. Is it Zubac? You're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
Log in your tickets for our March 11th game against the Timberwolves. Enjoy our Women's History Night, presented by Climax Celebration. Arrive early for Pregame festivities in the plaza and a chance to score a free Clippers Rover Game Tote Bag, presented by Climax. Visit Clippers.com/tickets to secure your seats today. Number 8 should turn any room into your home court with a new Clippers mini league. Get tickets to our March 13th matchup with the Bulls and arrive early for a chance to get a free mini hoop and ball.
That was nice hearing Noah there, huh? He's going to be here in a little bit.
Yeah.
What game is it?
The Portland game.
Is that soon?
I think March 13th.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I saw him last night. What game? Oh, he did the Phoenix Kings game.
Yeah, I saw him on TV. We were eating dinner at the sushi restaurant. My girls were like, "There's Noah, there's cousin Noah."
Okay, wait, I saw that on your feed. I wasn't sure if that was an older one or last night. Okay.
Nah. And then the people next to us, you know that guy? I'm like, I worked with him.
We were there.
We were there.
And now we're here in Carlos calling UCLA, Nebraska. That was a hell of a win.
The first 10 game famous fruit growers get limited edition Eco 2 Mall Bag. Secure your seats today at Clippers.com.
All right, keeping this receipt. On Martian, I'm keeping this receipt. Looking good, man. Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Presented by 24-Hour Fitness. On March 29th,
Clippers taking on the Pacers. Tip-off just about 37 minutes away here at Intuit Dome. Welcome back. I'm Adam Osland. It is Clippers Countdown, the official pregame show of your LA Clippers. Coming up in just a little bit, we got BJ Matthews coming on. But first, you guys your player to watch. You know, just because people are hating in the chat, I'm going with them for the third straight game. It's not like he was bad last time out. This guy had 17 off the bench. Benedict Mathurin, revenge game for him. Zoo's going to have to wait till next year to get his revenge on the Clippers. He's not playing tonight. But Benedict Mathurin can take advantage of going up against his former team in the Indiana Pacers. I saw him earlier, dapping everybody up. Pascal Siakam came over, gave him a big hug. Benedict had 17 points on 6 of 13 shooting and 7 boards. He's a very good rebounder for a guard out there in their 114-101 victory Monday night against the Golden State Warriors. I want to see what he can do here for an encore. Really got going in the second half. I'm predicting 20-plus points tonight from Benedict Mathurin against Indiana. Coming up next, we'll get your complete injury report. Some guys playing that were questionable earlier today. I'm Adam Osland from Intuit Dome, Clippers and Pacers, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
DLA Clippers game night auction is online. Text Clippers to 76278 to bid on autographed items from your favorite Clippers players during home games this season. Bidding closes at 9:30 p.m.
Okay, lay them on me.
I mean, they should win, but also somehow they lost.
Nah, they gotta win.
They need a
I like this team. I like this team. I like this team. Damn, Boston got killed.
Whoa. Whoa. Hey, I had Charlotte over 29.5 games going into this year. Whatever their over-under was like 29 games.
Hey, that Kings
Nipple.
prediction went down the hole. The one down the hole.
Are we going to talk about that?
You can.
I won't bring it up. Like, I'm from Sacramento. I don't know what you were thinking there going with the Kings.
I thought they were better than what. Damn. I want to put that again.
Yes, sir. Tip-off here at Intuit Dome, 33 minutes away. Welcome back. I'm Adam Osland. It is Clippers Countdown. Clippers taking on the Indiana Pacers. Avisa Zubac back in the house. Coming up next, speaking of, BJ Matthews sitting right next to me if you want to watch on the YouTube side at Clippers Talk. We'll get to him in our Media Roundtable segment. But first, your injury report. Andrew Nembhard, Aaron Naismith, and Pascal Siakam were all questionable earlier today. They are all now available for the Indiana Pacers in this one. And we heard from Coach Lou pregame, John Collins not going to be playing on the road trip. He'll be reevaluated when they return after playing on Friday and Sunday. We'll be back next week. JC still dealing with that neck strain, kind of re-aggravated it, running into Derek Queen the other night against the Pelicans. Clippers, Pacers. Big Zoo is in the house. So is BJ Matthews. We'll talk with him next. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. What else, Coach Lou say? I missed it because I was in traffic for 2 hours.
He talked about Zoo. He had to apparently cuss him out yesterday.
But he said he was joking or whatever about something.
Yeah, I think that's what he said.
He said something about Rick Carlisle's going to let him shoot threes or something.
Yes. Yeah, that's what he said. And he talked about DG's home debut.
Maybe he was mad about the fact that everybody's sitting for the Pacers, including him, the majority of the time. And
what's wrong with Zoo? What's going on with him?
It's the same ankle issue he had
when he was
Clippers.
here.
Yeah.
Damn. Like a month ago.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It ain't his decision, I don't think, because he wants to always play.
Yeah. Tanking.
We see what's happening. If it lands 5 through 9, the Clippers get their first round pick in a pretty stacked draft. But the Clippers got to handle business. They need the seventh seed. Get in the 2-7 matchup. Take your chances against San Antonio.
They can beat them. They got them on Friday.
They'd have a chance.
Yeah.
San Antonio is really damn good. I mean, they're so good. They're 3 games back of OKC for the 1 spot. I don't think they're going to catch them. But there was a time where I thought maybe they would if SGA didn't come back in time.
First seed?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're only 3 games back.
I didn't know that.
They beat OKC 3 times in 12 days.
That's a bad matchup for OKC.
It is.
That's a horrible matchup.
But I think they're a bad matchup for just about anybody now.
Yeah.
Wemby's a freak. There's nothing to do about him. And all the guard play they have, like, they can get past your ball pressure.
Yeah. And they got De'Aaron Fox. Playoffs.
For nothing. That's the Kings.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm still mad about that. Clippers taking on the Pacers here at Intuit Dome. Tip-off just about 30 minutes away. Welcome back. I'm Adam Osland. It is Clippers Countdown, the official pregame show of your LA Clippers. And before we get to our guests, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. It is BJ Matthews from the Pull Up Podcast. You can now follow him at BJ Matthews 38 on X. BJ, good to see you. Thanks for doing this,
brother. Thank you.
Let's talk about it. Let's go back to what happened. Darius Garland's premiere, his debut Monday night. The Clippers are down by 17. They have a classic Clippers comeback in his first outing. What do you see from him in just contrasting the 2 different halves and how much more comfortable he looked as the game went along?
I saw him adapting. I thought he came in very excited. You know, first game jitters, hasn't played in quite some time. But you get him in the second half, like Ty Lue said, he's being a little bit more elusive with the ball. Hit a couple threes in the second half as well that looked very, very smooth. I'm very happy with Darius Garland coming to the team. He's the point guard. I think that's going to get the flow and get the team into offense and get guys open shots.
How much different do you see it being than what we saw with James Harden or Russell Westbrook before that when it just comes to his pace and downhill attack? Plus, he's a really good three-point shooter.
Yeah, Westbrook and Harden, great on ball, great point guards, all-time greats. But they have a different style from Darius Garland, not just with pace, but also playing off the ball. Darius Garland can also catch and shoot. He can play off the dribble, play the 2 position, a little bit undersized, but he has the skill set and the ability to play not just the 1 and dominate the ball, but also the 2 and give it up to let his teammates eat.
What do you think of the front court right now with this Clippers team? Obviously, Ivica Zubac now in a Pacers uniform, although he's not playing tonight for them. But Giannis stepped up in that fourth quarter, was an absolute beast protecting the rim, ended up with 4 blocks of the ball game. Like, he looks fierce. He's got some dog in him, as they say.
He got dog. I've seen him get into it with quite a few players this year. He got into, I think, Jonas Valanciunas against the Nuggets. He has a certain mindset. I think he just needs to be coached, Adam. I think that he needs to be in a position where he's getting real minutes, starter minutes. I think, personally, you should start him and put Brook Lopez on the bench for rebounding purposes and defensive purposes and blocking shots.
All right, this Clippers team, they are in flux when it comes to rotations and things. And Coach Lue did say a few weeks ago that it could be center depending on the matchup by committee with this team. We'll see as they move along, but he does need to stay out of foul trouble. That's been one issue with him. If you're going to start, but you can't get by 20 minutes because you're fouled out of the ball game, that's a problem. But I love the aggressiveness where he just wants to not make sure there's no easy buckets when Giannis is out there, basically.
Yeah, they have really throughout the years the Clippers have struggled with rebounding and defense, interior play. So you bring in a guy like Giannis who has the youth athleticism and the energy. I think you got to give him more minutes. You got to coach him to make sure he doesn't foul, but I think you can work with that.
It sounds like you're giving Lawrence Frank his flowers. He cooked during this trade deadline.
I'm going to give it to Lawrence Frank. I've been critical of Lawrence Frank over the years. This year, he has made great additions. I think the front court's got better with John Collins. I think that he's been able to bring Darius Garland in, Brandon Mathurin, Giannis, great draft pick with him. Kobe Sanders, I think he should be somewhere in the rotation more. I can't complain nothing about Lawrence Frank.
All right, can you complain about Chris Dunn and the defense he's been playing out there? Your guy Kawhi Leonard said he should be first team all defense. He said he should have been that last year.
He said first team.
He said first team. You saw those steals in the second half to go the other way by Chris Dunn?
Yeah. First team though?
Okay, at least second team.
Second team. Okay, I'll make an argument with second team. Look, Chris Dunn is a person I have watched throughout since Chicago, Utah. I did not see the type of defense that in those places that he's seen here, because he was a scorer at him in college.
Right.
So he was basically not much of a defensive guy. So it's like you see this now, it's kind of like I'm very impressed. I'm very, good that, Chris Dunn's actually showing and being a different role with the NBA.
Okay, so Benedict Mathurin no longer a Pacer. We got him here with the Clippers. I know you were excited about him. When they lost Bradley Beal, they lost that scoring punch that we were looking forward to coming into this season, and Mathurin's been supplying some of that now. Yeah,
Benedict Mathurin, hey, man, I'm very high on him. I think with him, over the last few games, it's been kind of like him trying to find his niche, but they need a guy that can get 20, 25 points. You heard what Kawhi said. It's nice to have a guy that can score more than 30 points on the team. So he's going to be in the playoffs. If the Clippers make it there, you got to have somebody on the court to relieve Kawhi and have him help with the scoring burden. I think that's going to be Benedict Mathurin.
Okay, this Clippers team, we'll talk about the playoffs coming up here in a little bit, but I do want to discuss your guy Kawhi Leonard because he has been unstoppable the last couple of months. He has looked like not just top 5. You can make the argument he's been the best player in the NBA ever since they started 6-21. He hit the gas. Since then, they're 23-10.
Yeah.
And he's averaging more points than he ever has in his career.
Yeah, that's a crazy thing. And I want to ask you this question. How do you explain a guy with injuries doing more than what he has done before he was injured? How can you explain Kawhi's evolution in his 15-year career with the injuries he's dealt with?
Maniacal worker off the court. When people go at Kawhi and, the national media acts like he doesn't want to play, Stephen A. Smith and these people, it couldn't be further from the truth, because the only way a guy could progress like this and continue to get better is if he is putting in that level of work that we're not seeing behind the scenes. That's the only explanation for this. And he just gets more fine and more precise with his shot. What do you think?
I think, that in itself, with the criticism he gets, I'm surprised he's not even saying nothing back. Like with all the untrue stuff, like you just said.
He doesn't hear it.
He hears it. He hears it, but he's not going to respond. But as far as his work ethic, man, him being able to shoot, I think 49% from the field this year, 38% from the three. I think somewhere close to 90% from
high volume now from
high volume. That is hard, as well as on the defensive end, Adam. That takes a lot of energy, effort, and focus. Very surprised.
Kawhi Leonard has looked this good. This Clippers team is obviously very dangerous.
Yeah.
How dangerous, though? What is their ceiling? Because we were talking about it off air a little bit ago. If they get in the 2-7 matchup, they could be taking on an inexperienced San Antonio Spurs team, a very talented team, but they don't have that playoff experience with all these young guys there outside of De'Aaron Fox, who's had one playoff series in his career.
Yeah.
How would you feel if they ended up getting the 7th seed? That means you're in that 7-8 play-in matchup. You win that game, you take on the 2 seed, and right now that would be San Antonio.
I feel like in that series, it's going to come down to the matchup. I'd like them matching up against San Antonio. I think Kawhi Leonard will be the best player in that series. If you have the best player with the team that he has, with the youth and scoring and defense, if the coaching and the players play their role the right way, I think they take the San Antonio Spurs in 6 games.
You think they're going to be able to get by right now, because we know John Collins is out for at least the next couple games after this, with him not going on the road trip, because he's also been a big part of this resurgence and them turning this season around.
Yes, I think they've been doing it all. You know what? I'm going to give your boy Ty Lue credit. The Clippers over the last 5 seasons, Tyronn Lue has made a lot of magic happen with less rosters, surprisingly. And this is a team where you deal with injuries. He has dealt with the past, Adam. You can say a person, if they can figure it out, it can be him.
All right. I think that's fair. I mean, He's maximized their potential. He's the one that said we're trying to go 35-20 the rest of the way after starting 6-21. Everybody rolled their eyes and was like, "Yeah, right."
Yeah.
Well, they're
Yeah.
not far off from
Nah.
that now. They're ahead
Nah.
of that schedule now.
Right.
They're ahead of that pace.
Right.
What do you think about this game tonight against the Indiana Pacers? We know the draft implications, but both teams are going to be playing hard out there, and Indiana has some of their guys we weren't expecting.
Don't blow it.
That's simple.
Don't blow it. That's all. It's time for them to win games. They got to get into the playoffs.
Is the 7th seed, is that the priority in your mind? You have to get in that 7-8 play-in matchup and get that 7th spot?
Yeah. If they don't get 6, they got to get 7.
All right. He is BJ Matthews of the Pull Up Podcast. Check him out on the YouTube side. And again, you can find him on Twitter now at BJ Matthews38. BJ, thanks for doing this. Coming up next here at Intuit Dome, we got the Clippers and Pacers. Beats the Zubac in the house. 21 minutes away from tip-off. I'm Adam Moslin. You're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. How is someone like this dense? I know he's a Harden stan, so he's probably upset about the trade and everything, and I still like James Harden, but it's like there's no way in hell Dunn should be starting over Mathurin. Unless, I don't know, you value defense and you want a very good defender next to Darius Garland in the backcourt. How does that not? I should just. Well, I try. Sorry, Daniel. It makes the game easier for the Clippers. I just love it beats the Zubac. As BJ Matthews said, don't blow it. You cannot lose this game. I should ask BJ's player to watch. Damn it. I guess I'll have to have 2. Big Bear Jake just looked over me like, what? They accused me of cheating. I don't know why. Clippers taking on the Pacers and Darius Garland's home debut here at Intuit Dome. Tip-off just 18 minutes away. I'm Adam Moslin. Welcome back in. It is Clippers Countdown. Coming up, back to Carlo Jimenez, but first, your drive around the league. It's brought to you by Toyota. It's the Here and Now sales event at your Toyota dealer. The clock is ticking. Don't wait to grab a great deal on a new Toyota. We make it easy. 76ers over the Jazz in Philly, 106-102 earlier. A little bit of a surprising score. While the Hornets have been good, they won Boston 118-89. Brandon Miller with 18 and 3 steals in the victory. Knicks would fall to the OKC Thunder and SGA, who had 26 and 8 assists by 3, 103-100 the final. Karl Anthony Towns was 17 and 17 in defeat. And with 5 minutes left in Memphis, Trailblazers on top of the Grizzlies 111-103. Drew Holiday having a throwback performance with 28 points and 11 assists. And early second quarter in Milwaukee. Giannis is back. Second game, already has 10, and the Bucks are up by more than 10 at 45-33 over the Hawks in Milwaukee. Coming up next, we'll get back to Carlo Jimenez. I'm Adam Moslin, live from Intuit Dome, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Benedict's going to have to play a lot more defense to be called a two-way guy right now. Thomas he's just a stand. but I don't think he understands the game very much. Benedict has a lot to prove on the defensive end still. He has potential to do it. We'll see. I'd like to do some here and there. I've learned from some of the best. Thank you, Coda Bear. You're here? It's a good game to be at. Clippers coming out of the tunnel. Clippers taking on the Pacers. Tip off 15 minutes away here at Intuit Dome. Welcome back. I'm Adam Osland. This is Clippers Countdown. Coming up in just a little bit, we will get to your keys to victory here. And we'll get to Carlo Jimenez momentarily as we're watching the Clippers warm up as they get set to take on the Indiana Pacers, who do have some guys back. Nembhard's playing. Pascal Siakam is back. Carlo, this Pacers team had a lot of question marks heading into this ball game. We knew Ivica Zubac would not be playing, but they got a few guys available we weren't sure about that can really help give them a lift.
Yeah, Nesmith, Nembhard getting the start with Siakam. I think this is the first time since the All-Star break those guys have played together, Adam. So it'd be interesting to see what this Pacer team looks like. Obviously, they're playing a couple more guys than maybe many expected with that laundry list of an injury report coming into today, Adam. Indiana has had the most players play for their team this season than any other season in franchise history. 29 guys have suited up for the Pacers. I think for the Clippers, Adam, you got to find a way, like Dante Jones said, come out with a playoff-like mindset. Try to get it done early against Indiana. I think those guys, I'm not sure if Carlisle said anything about it, but I would imagine all nursing injuries, probably not at 100%. So if you're the Clippers, can you come away and really put your foot down early?
Yeah, we'll see if this team can punch first. They, eased their way into the game, I would say, against the Pelicans. Same thing against the Golden State Warriors when they got down by as many as 17 the other night. Tonight, that intensity, that playoff type of mindset has to be there with just over 20 games left in the regular season. And also, you got to show that separation and talent early and not give a team life, because you give them life, they're going to feel good about themselves. They're going to stay in the ball game, and we've seen that too often with this Clippers team early on in first quarters where they wait for their defense to show up, Carlo.
Yeah, you got to come out with that intensity and set the tone early on the defensive side of the basketball and understand, Adam, not only are some of the bigger names for the Indiana playing today, but also, Adam, there's a lot of guys who are trying out right now for the Pacers, right? Coming off the bench. They've maybe been on a couple 10 days. You think about guys like Micah Potter. You think about guys like Taylor Peter. You think about guys like Quentin Jackson, who all had two-way contracts elevated this season. Well, those contracts aren't guaranteed. And so those guys are still playing for a lot right now, trying to show their next team, whether that be the Pacers or somebody else, that they can play at the next level. Heck, even a Kobe Brown, who's going to be an unrestricted free agent this offseason. This is the last tape he's going to have before the summer. He's trying to put on a good show of the former Clippers. So I think, Adam, everybody for Indiana is going to be playing extremely hard today, and the Clippers have to be wary of that.
Thought Kobe Sanders was very good Monday night. Just 22 minutes, but 3 of 5, knocked down a couple of three-pointers. And he just has a poise about him where it feels like he's wise beyond his years. You can bring him off the bench. You can have him starting. It doesn't matter. He's unfazed. In fact, he's been better in starting lineups this season.
He has been better, averaging nearly 11 points a game, over 40% from three in his starts. I think, Adam, he's really picked his spots really well for the Clippers as of late, whether that's getting downhill, whether that's making the next pass. He looks comfortable. You can't tell he's a rookie when he's on the floor. He doesn't stand out in a bad way, and I think that's what's been huge for the Clippers is to have an experienced guy like him. I remember his comments earlier from the season saying, look, I'm a rookie, but I spent 5 years in college. And so this is somebody who has seen the floor a lot. And he's getting a lot of opportunities. 13th start of the season Monday night, Adam, is the most by a rookie since Shea when he started 72. That's according to Joey Kimball, our statistician, in the 2018-2019 season. So I think for the Clippers, they trust Kobe Sanders, and really he's earned that trust with his play on both ends.
Jordan Miller, everybody has a lot of confidence in him, especially over the last 5 games. He's really looked like a different player on the offensive end. And it's coming in critical moments in the ball game in fourth quarters. He had 8 of his 12 points in the fourth quarter Monday.
Yeah, he was big in those moments. Just feels like nothing speeds him up, right? He plays at his own pace. He gets downhill. Even the Euro step is slow-mo. Kyle will be proud of the way that Jordan Miller Euro steps through the lane. Just extremely, extremely in slow motion. He kind of stands and freezes on that final step to try to find a way to float up a layup. But Miller's been great. 5 consecutive games of 10-plus points for him. And I think, Adam, the biggest thing is the Clippers need his scoring off the bench, especially with Darius Garland still in a minutes restriction. You got to have another guy when Kawhi goes to the bench who can just go get points on the offensive end, especially with no John Collins again. He's not going to be making the trip. That's a big loss for the Clippers. They'll have that San Antonio-Memphis trip. JC won't be going on it. So Miller, again, will have more opportunities to try to expand his offensive game and show off all his tools in his tool bag.
So you were hanging out with Darius Garland the other night as the Wall had a special conversation with him. Give us a little intel, Carlo, of what we can look forward to tonight.
The Wall has specific chants for Darius, and they had 3 ready for him.
Okay.
And then they gave each one. And I will tell you, Darius could not pick. So I think there are multiple chants for Darius Garland depending on the shot. There's ones for threes. There's ones for free throws. There's one for a little jumper. So I just know that the Wall is ready. I thought it was so interesting is I asked Darius off the top, what stood out to you about being a part of the Clippers? And he said, the swell. He said, you pointed to the swell and said, you guys. He said, this is truly an advantage, and it's truly different than any other arena. And, it's only the second year of Intuit Dome, so you don't have that much feedback from guys who've played here as opponents. But Darius Garland saying, look, when the one time he was here, he remembers the Wall being a significant piece of that ball game. If you remember, the Clippers won that game against the Cavaliers in this building.
It's not just Darius Garland's first home game, but a return home, a homecoming for Ivica Zubac. We haven't been without him for too long here as he was just moved a few weeks ago. But Ivica Zubac's not playing, but in the house tonight. What's your best memory of Ivica Zubac as a player for this Clippers team?
Oh, man. That is a great question, Adam.
I went with the 31-29 game he had a couple of years ago in the Clippers Rewind to celebrate him.
That's a great one. I mean, he was unbelievable in that game for the Clippers. I remember, I think my favorite, honestly, Adam, is when the Clippers, this is only year 3 for me, but every time they play an Evan Mobley, anytime they play even a Victor Wembanyama, anytime they play one of these elite bigs, and Zubac would just have 20 and 20, and you'd be like, yeah, this is one of the top bigs in the league, and Ivica Zubac ate him for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and that was about what happened. I just think it was so easy to root that guy on and to see, how much love he had for the organization, how much love he had for his teammates, what it meant for him to be a Clipper. Funny how the Clippers, a team that can't have nice things, got Ivica Zubac pretty much for free. And I think that's pretty incredible. His triple-double last year, Joey says that's one of his favorite memories. I like that.
With the bogey three-pointer to get it.
That was pretty fun. But, yeah, I mean, I just think, being able to every single night tell the world that, hey, this guy's good at basketball. He's a top 10 center. It's not a debate. It was fun. It was fun.
No doubt. He'll get a warm reception tonight. All right, Carlo. My player to watch for the 3rd straight game.
That's not allowed.
Benedict Mathurin.
Your Gmail AI, so you picked Kawhi.
It suggested I could pick Kawhi. Am I able to? I don't know.
Joey emails us the stats, and Google Gmail now has that recommended response. And Adam said, recommended response. Thanks, Joey. I picked Kawhi for my player to watch.
Well, AI knows who the cyborg is for this Clippers team.
AI Adam, man. He's on one.
I'm going with Benedict, though, because it's his revenge game against his former team. Who's your player to watch tonight for the Clippers?
Yeah, I think, Adam, that's a great pick. Mathurin, I think, is going to find a way to be an impact player offensively. He's always looking to get to the rim. For me, I'm going to go DJ in this one. I think Derrick Jones Jr. is going to need to have a big game. I wouldn't have said that, Adam, should the injury report look different for this Pacers team.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, they've got Toppin, they've got Nembhard, they've got Neesmith today. I mean, those are some elite level guys who played huge minutes for them in the finals last year. Derrick Jones Jr. has to play well for the Clippers.
And he was just 2 of 12 Monday night, so he is due from the field as well. Clippers taking on the Pacers tonight. Tip-off 6 minutes away. Carlo Jimenez on the call. Coming up next, your keys to victory right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
All right, I'm going to make my run.
Ronald's going with Jordan Miller. It's a good call. Okay. Joey's got DG. I wanted to go with him. The only reason I like Benedict is because the Pacers. I want to see what he's got for him. I'll probably take DG on Friday. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, don't worry who I want. It's fine. We're good.
Did you guys hear that? I didn't hear it. Big bro, who's your player to watch?
Well, Joey stole mine.
Oh, wow.
I thought I had seniority here. It's all right.
You do it away.
I'll take Dunn.
Okay. I mean, you just had 16 Monday night. That's not much of a call, but all right. Yes, Will Chamberlain was in the movie.
The National Basketball Association, LA Clippers, and Intuit Dome seek to foster a safe, comfortable, and enjoyable sport.
Clippers and Pacers from Intuit Dome. Tip it off just moments from now. Let's get to your keys to victory. Clippers struggling the last couple of first quarters, getting off to slow starts. It was Sunday against the Pelicans and then Monday up at Chase Center against the Golden State Warriors. Clippers would overcome being down by 17, obviously, to get the win and the victory in Darius Garland's debut. But you got to hit first. You got to bring that intensity from the opening tip here tonight, especially with the home crowd behind you. Establish those good habits with just about 20 games left here in the regular season. All right, here we go. Carlo Jimenez is on the call. Clippers and Pacers from Intuit Dome, and tip-off is coming up next right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Talk to you guys post-game.